Most people don't even know that there's a kaiju. If you're in a place like a mega city, you are in its targeted area. That means your chance of being eaten by the kaiju is like...
Oh, come now. There's a time to knuckle down and reap some souls.
Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day of an old man worrying about his mental and physical health. Plus, there's other things occurring in the world, so yay! Is a joyous thing, of course. It was colder, but I still slept because I have to keep myself from getting too warm or my legs are gonna cramp. But again, woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, yay, wheezing like an accordion was lodged inside of my lungs. And then, of course, because I was awake, I started becoming more active, rolling from side to side, which meant my sinuses started to go. I started coughing on top of the wheezing. At least I got a little bit of sleep, and that's good. It is, of course, raining, which is why there's all sorts of like fungus spores in the air, and I have issues with stuff like that, so yay. As well as just having asthma. And hey, to front load the video, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that too would be very, very cool. And of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful and literally awesome people that are in fact literally beautiful and literally awesome. My thumb on this hand is just killing me today. Ow. It really hurts to have my hand up like this. But these beautiful and awesome people are incredible, and without them, I and my pets, my kitty cat, my hamster, would be in very bad shape. So thank you, each and every one of you beautiful and awesome people. I need to move my topic sheet to the front of the list there. Yay! So yeah, as well, while going out on walkies, one of the things I worry about is my heart as I'm getting older. I have abused my system very badly, and I've got like a crease coming in on this ear, which can be an indication of heart issues, and I've had stuff happen my whole life that I worry. Well, last night while walking, I was having this weird feeling in my chest that wasn't a pain, but kind of a pressure. And one of the symptoms of a heart attack is not pain in your arms or shooting pain or anything. It's feeling like pressure, something sitting on your chest. Well, that wasn't a good feeling. And then I started to think about that as well. And it's like, oh, well, you know, here I am. I'm walking and I'm wheezing. I do have asthma, I have allergies, it is wet, the air is filled with junk, I am wheezing, and I am having to fight to breathe. Literally, I was so constricted, I had to push physically to get my lungs to open up enough to breathe enough while I was out walking. So, yeah. When you've got constriction in your chest because you can't open up because your asthma's pulling everything tight, it's gonna feel like something's sitting on your chest and you can't breathe. But that's not your heart. Plus, I've got all sorts of joint type issues, and I've got bursitis in my sternum. So if my sternum occasionally moves too much, I get a great amount of sharp pain from that. It'd be one thing if I had, like, you get pains to tell you something's happening in your body, but I have pains in those areas already, so I can't tell. It's like, oh, chest pain. Well, that's probably the bursitis. That thing on my back where I'm worried because I got pain in there could be a kidney. Could be also just because of my scoliosis pushing my limbs forward, well, one limb forward, and all of the knots in my muscles that I get because of that. So it's like, I can never tell. But of course, as well, spider report over on the wall over there, there is a little black spider. And when I say little, it's like this big round, legs and all. It's one of the, basically a floor spider, like a little tiny little wolf spider, except it's not a wolf spider, it's not furry or anything. It's the kind you don't normally see on a white wall. But I tend to keep spider webs up if there's a spider anywhere near it, because I want it to be able to do spider stuff. That corner has been, today, I've noticed, abandoned by the Langerlang gangly spiders. They're still over in that corner and back there, but the webs over there are largely abandoned for the moment, which doesn't mean a thing. I have learned from down in the bathroom watching one spider crawl up one wall, across the ceiling, and down the other wall just to get to where it wanted to be in its web. For that moment, they can range everywhere in your room. So it may seem abandoned, probably isn't. But the little black spider has taken up residence in one of the abandoned hammocks that's been made. And so it's up there, and it's being a little black spider, and it's being cool because it's a spider, and I think it's very nice. Very, very awesome, and I just wanted to mention that. Yay! My arachnophobia used to be so bad I could not abide that. Now, I think it's awesome. I like it. I don't know what. Oh, my thumb is just killing me so much. Thank goodness I have an appointment at the Veterans Administration this Thursday, 9:30 in the morning, so we're going to be leaving at like 6:30 in the morning to get there. So I'm going to be doing stuff early, well, late the next night, so we'll go up while I'm at the VA. I'm going to be having to cancel my therapy appointment, but I got to bring up like I got these hard nodules and that sick pain inside of here. That's not good. I've got my heart issues, stuff on my back. I've got all kinds of stuff I got to bring up, especially since I took my blood pressure again this morning, and it was almost like 140 or 150 or more over almost 90. I can't get my blood pressure to come back down to normal. Thank goodness I have an appointment at the VA. Right now, it's not terrible. I mean, one of the biggest issues with blood pressure, if it doesn't spike up and cause something horrible to happen right then and there, is it just does cumulative damage to your system over time. It does cumulative damage to your organs over time, because high blood pressure damages your kidneys. So I'm not in an acute risk unless it continues to spike. But it's a chronic issue that needs to be taken care of. And the older you get, the less chronic and more acute blood pressure gets. And I'm going to turn 60 this year. Yeah, it's old, but unless you kick off early, you're going to get there too. I remember being 21, 23, right in that range. And a friend of mine from high school, not much longer than when I was 23 or 24, died in a motorcycle accident. Just like those people in like war who remember their companions as they're always 18 now. Even though I'm almost 60, whenever I think of this guy and his name, because I can even remember his name and what he looked like, I always imagine him as 22 or 23 again. But he wouldn't be. But he's trapped in time in my head. Just thought I'd mention all that fun stuff. I also do want to talk about this one. I can feel that my cognition has changed over the past year and some. And not in a good way. Like, I have a lot of brain fog right now, and I don't know if it's because of lack of sleep, or if it's because of the allergies / whatever, or if there's something going awful wrong inside of me. And one of the side effects is altered cognition. Cognition, of course, just being a long word for thinking, because I'm not thinking as well as I used to, haven't been since December. Part of that could be I have had untreated, undiagnosed ADHD my whole life, and then like August or so I started taking ADHD meds, which made it so I could think, but then my blood pressure in December started going way up, which reduced how well the medication worked, and now I'm off of it. So it could be just turbulent changes because of my age and medicine changes. Those can really affect you the older you get. So it could be a medicine change. Could be just an age thing. I am getting older. Hopefully I don't have anything like dementia showing up. But as well, it could be just nothing is really different. Only now I'm more aware of it. so that when it happens, I notice it instead of being oblivious. I don't know. Again, I'm going to be talking to my doctors, and I gotta do something about that blood pressure. Let's see if there's anything else that I've got. Oh yeah, I've been trying to record like lots of stuff, not so much again because there's any demand for my material online, because again, I know there's not. But it's to keep me going. The pillars of foundation, routine, and habit, making things so that you've got an anchor on your life. And I need that. And I haven't been able to do it over the weekend. Thank goodness I was able to still record something. But it's hard. I'm really struggling. So that's why I'm wondering if it's something more than just everything that I've had happen before. And I hope it's not. I would like to live into my 70s instead of dying before I reach 60. So we shall see. Yay! But on the creative side, and thinking and talking about my project, yesterday I stressed so much how the Kaiju, the Apple Rock Kaiju, is like a chained and fallen malevolent god. At the same time, it is nothing. It is nothing. Yeah, it has a reach and a power over the entirety of this razor's edge. Everything is its pawn, but at the same time, it's huge. Even as small as it is, just a 20,000 kilometer circumference. That's huge and small, twice the size of the United States. But remember that it's huge. Remember the amount of energy that's always coming in and flowing through. Even if the Kaiju could do something like, I've mentioned that there are megacities, and how occasionally the Kaiju will go through and just eat everyone in a megacity. And there are megacities that are, relatively tiny, like 10 billion people, a nation city layer, to hundreds of billions of people all in one mega city. That happens. There are a lot of them. Even if, for the sake of argument, even the Kaiju couldn't manage to do this one, no matter how much it hates humanity, even if the Kaiju could eat every single human being in a 100 billion population megacity every single day for a full year, devouring 365 cities filled with 100 billion people each. If the number of megacities that you started with was X, and after it devoured 365 of them, the new number of cities is X squared. The Kaiju can't make a dent in population. There is too much energy. There is too much. It simply can't. If the rate of increase, renewal, and creation is this, when you impact the Kaiju on that, it changes to this. It is that small of an effect. It is huge. It is a fat, bloated spider. But it can't keep up. Even toward the end of the 3 billion year cycle. Well, it's a 2 billion year cycle because then you go into the 1 billion years of torpor. But even at that, the Kaiju isn't. Most people don't even know there is a Kaiju. You would have no ideas. And the Kaiju only really gets involved when there's only 1 trillion people left in the entirety of the razor's edge. And even then, it only harries and harasses people toward the Apple Rock. And only when there are 500 billion people left in the entirety of the razor's edge does it fall down and start hunting and eating the last of everybody. Most people don't even know that there's a Kaiju. If you're in a place like a megacity, you are in its targeted area. That means your chance of being eaten by the Kaiju is like 0.000000001% of 1%. Yeah, there's a possibility, but there's so much. It's only if you're in a place like, say, the Apple Rock layer that runs from the outside to Apple Rock to the inside, where everyone funnels through. Well, the Kaiju's there for a reason. And so if you live in Apple Rock, yeah, your odds of being chowed on are pretty big. But even at that, it's not like it's hunting you down. It's just looking to eat people. And if you're in that target demographic, yeah. But the odds of being chowed on, if you don't live in places like Apple Rock, you wouldn't even know it's there. The odds of it targeting any one individual are nothing. It doesn't do that. It goes for demographics. So yeah, it's huge, it's gigantic, it's a threat, an existential horror. But when you place it into the grand scheme of stuff, it's just another thing. All you gotta do is live. It's all you can do. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It's not many, but anything more than 0 is awesome. And if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, crack. Even though I count in that with my ADHD and more, it looks like an F. I can barely read with my glasses. Isn't that joyous? AZF, thumbs up and thank you. And then there's Insanity, which are a whole bunch of things on the sides. I will do what I can, thank you. Then we have The Gort, spelled TH3_GORT-X. Thumbs up and thank you. Jesse Koskinen, thank you very much. Good to see you in the comments. We have A Pop Rocks GM. Thank you very much, and has some good ideas. So hopefully I'll be playing either New Vegas, Fallout 3, or 4. So hopefully we shall see if my computer can handle it anymore. We have Jay with 2 Y's, thumbs up and thank you. Ben B, greatly appreciated, good to see you in the comments. Bipolar Bear, yeah, and I'm still sober. It is not easy, but thank goodness. And Flora Mute, thumbs up and thank you very much. And military is slow and hard to move, but they have made a commitment, and so I'm hoping. I'm not going to hold my breath, but here's hoping. And then we have Psycho Jazz, thumbs up and thank you. And then that is it. 10 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours to get me out of my head, now into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text, and if only for a short time. I'm salivating massively again, yay. So thumbs up and thank you all, each and every one of you. Get me out of my head and into the world, and I said that already. With my hands up in the air, though, I've forgotten what I usually say. I have forgotten what I usually say. So, I've got various links someplace with my Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon. And again, I would like to thank my Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful and literally awesome people that are, in fact, literally beautiful and literally awesome. I mean, honestly, my disability is extremely limited, and without these people's help, I would have sank beneath the waves of financial ruin a long time ago. So thank you, each and every one of those beautiful and awesome people. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have a PayPal link. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, there's an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like cat food on it. So very cool if you could check that out. I can't stop salivating madly. Gotta love that. And hey, if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. And I've put that out of order. I can't even remember how I normally say it. So let's just pretend I said it correctly instead of screwing up massively like I just did. Yay! Thumbs up for that. Altered cognition for the win. Still, I'm going to try and do what I got to do. I do have this appointment coming up on Thursday where hopefully I can start getting everything fixed up a bit and find out whether or not I'm going to kick off anytime soon. Hopefully that's not going to happen. I do want to live. I like metabolizing. I want to metabolize as long as I can. Hey. And of course, hopefully you can get done the things that you wanted to get done. But with the Covfefe bug a-raging, please take the proper precautions. It's not over. It's not done. Every day I turn on YouTube and listen to stuff, and there's another YouTuber who's taken precautions for 2 years going, well, I got it. So please be careful. Don't spread it. Don't catch it. It's not good. Take precautions. Get vaxxed. Get your booster. Oy vey. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And quite frankly, I do think that is a very good idea.